I'd like to call to order this special meeting of the Casa Grande City Council for Monday, July 31st. First item is called to order. Second item is roll call. Would the record show that all members are present or on the telephone?
So noted.
The next item is our consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine matters and will be enacted by one motion and one roll call vote of the council. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or member of the public so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence of the agenda. Is there any member of the council would like an item removed? Any member of the public? Mr. Raines, any member of the city staff?
We have none.
Do I have a motion?
Mayor Pro Tem Lavender, I would move for approval of the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Gloria, would you please call the vote?
Councilmember Edwards.
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston.
Yes.
Councilmember McBride.
Yes.
Councilmember Fitzgibbons.
Yes.
Councilmember Herman.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavender.
Yes.
Mayor McFarland.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next is our new business, which is item D1, which is to consider approval of ordinance 3383. Mrs. Sullivan, how are you tonight?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Well, good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and do the approval of the property tax levy, sorry. On June 5th and July 17th, Mayor and Council conducted a public hearing concerning the FY24 final budget and the primary and secondary property tax associated with it. The proposed primary property tax is .9643, which is estimated to generate the tax levy of approximately $4.9 million. Additionally, the secondary property tax of .4197 is expected to raise the property tax levy approximately $2.1 million. The city aims to adopt these property tax rates, and any necessary adjustments by the county should be made with the levy. And if you have any questions, I'll
Thank you,
answer
Roberta.
them.
Are there any questions for Mrs. Sullivan? Yes.
Not
Mrs.
really,
Sullivan?
but I just wanted
I'm
Larry
here.
or someone to clarify why we're having a special meeting, just for the noticing purposes, so people understand why we'd have to do this tonight.
Yes, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and Council, essentially, the truth and taxation notice must be put out in the local newspaper on 2 consecutive periods. And there's also some statutory requirements that indicate where that truth and taxation notice can be or should be published. 2 of those areas that they cannot be published is in the legal section and the classified. And as we went through, I think the mayor and council is aware of the fact that we were actually expediting our budget process this year by about a month. And when we actually posted those notices for the original hearing, we discovered that one of the postings had made its way into the legal section of the newspaper. And so out of the abundance of caution, we elected to restart, put everybody on notice that we were going to correct that and ultimately go through the publishing, which has delayed this. The special meeting is ultimately being driven by the fact that the mayor and council in Casa Grande has to consider your taxes via ordinance, which means 2 readings. And so rather than have the readings on one particular night, first reading, then come out of that meeting and hold the special meeting immediately following, we wanted to give some level of distance between the 2, and so we scheduled a special meeting. The primary driver for that is that we must report our tax levies and rates to the county by the 3rd Monday in August, and so they are always anxious to get these in advance, and so that puts us back on a little better track to meeting that timeline.
I just had questions from people. Why are we having a special meeting?
meeting for
And
this.
Just so we're not hiding anything. It's just anything. It was just a publishing error and
Right.
an abundance of caution, as Larry said. We just want to make sure everything's legal. Same thing we've been talking about for 6 months or
Yeah,
3 months.
there have been no changes to the proposed rates or any of the amounts that would be levied or tax rates since April. And so essentially, it's been the same rates and the same estimated revenues that we anticipated since our budget retreat.
Thanks, Larry.
Any other questions? Mayor, Councilmember Edwards, do either of you have questions?
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right, do I have a motion?
No, thank you.
Ordinance. Oh, Gloria, yes.
Ordinance number 3383, an ordinance of the council of the city of Casa Grande, Arizona, levying upon the assessed valuation of property within the city of Casa Grande, subject to taxation, a certain sum upon each $100 of valuation sufficient to raise the amount estimated to be required in the annual budget, less the amount estimated to be received from fines, licenses, and other sources of revenue, providing funds for the various bond redemptions for the purpose of paying interest upon bonded indebtedness, and providing a general fund for general municipal expenses, all for the fiscal year ending the 30th day of June 2024.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavender, I move to approve ordinance number 3383 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Gloria, would you please call for the vote?
Councilmember Edwards.
Yes.
Councilmember Huddleston.
Yes.
Councilmember McBride.
Yes.
Councilmember Fitzgibbons.
Yes.
Councilmember Herman.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavender,
Yes.
Mayor McFarland.
Yes.
Motion carries. That's all our business tonight. We are adjourned.
Good job, Jack.
6 minutes.
Thank you, everybody.